Josue Pavon here for CLNS Media. I'm alongside Nick Gelso, coming fresh from the Shamrock Foundation Gala, and that's why Nick is actually wearing a suit in this episode.
I have a tie on and everything.
Suit, all dressed up and spiffy. You went all out tonight, huh?
I had to, man, for the Shamrock Foundation.
Yeah, it was a really, really
I didn't want to look
event.
out of place.
Yeah, I mean, you fit right in, Nick. I mean, it's the first time I've seen you in a suit, so I'm impressed.
I don't wear suits often.
I know, you really
Those
don't.
days are long gone.
I know, it takes me a while to get a nice blazer, but, you know, I thought I looked all right, right? I didn't look too bad.
Look, and now that we went through the fashion of the evening.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get into the more important stuff, which is what Wick Grossbeck had to say about this entire Isaiah Thomas quote that everyone throughout the Celtics fan base has been talking about. He's still pretty upset, Nick. I mean, he's really upset that he got traded, of course. He's actually gone on and said, and I'm sure everyone here has already heard about it, that he doesn't think he'll be talking to Danny Ainge. What's your take on it? Wick Grossbeck talked about, you know, how pretty much reiterated what Danny Ainge had to say in terms of he understands his frustration. He would be upset too, but of course it's a business. And he actually said that he's the one that blamed. He's the one that has to co-sign these trades, and he's the one that takes all the blame for the trade that went down.
I think the last 2 days, the reactions from Danny and from Wick have been classy. They've been appropriate, man. I think Isaiah. I love Isaiah, right? I mean, everybody in the media, the fan base, we love Isaiah. Hell, he's still on the buses out here, I think. But the fact remains, now he's a Cleveland Cavalier. He's in a contract year. He should not be out bashing one of the preeminent GMs in the league.
Yeah.
He's got because no GM's gonna want. I wouldn't want to work with him, right?
Yeah, but Nick, you know this was coming, man. You know how he feels.
Not if you have a good publicist, man.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why we didn't hear these quotes 2 months ago, because he knew at the end of the day that he had to not talk trash about the Celtics at media day or weeks leading into it. So of course he saved it for now. I'm just surprised by the timing of it, but I knew it would come sooner or later.
Paul Westphal, Paul Silas, Cedric Maxwell, Antoine Walker. Danny Ainge, I could go down. Dennis Johnson was waived.
Yeah.
All right. So I could go down the franchise history. No offense, IT. We love what you did for us. You are an amazing character. We're great to the city, great to the team. I mean, responsible for bringing, Al Horford here. Right. But the fact of the matter
Horford,
is,
Gordon Hayward.
I think Gordon Hayward to a certain extent, for sure. But
okay.
I think Brad played enough, and I think the franchise, the culture played a role in that as well. Right. But IT definitely had a role in it. But you know what? Now you're a Cleveland Cavalier, man. Focus on your team. Instead of sitting with the SI, how about sit with your teammates? Yeah. Pump them through, and you already see it. The season hasn't even started yet, and J.R. Smith is already bitching about his role because D. Wade is starting. I mean, that team is so. Isaiah is only adding to it by continuing fueling this story. I think Wick was totally appropriate, and Danny was totally appropriate as well.
Well, I think Isaiah Thomas got it out of his system. He's ready to move on. I mean, let's face it, he does sound like that bitter person who just got dunked by his girlfriend. It's been 2 months, but he just won't shut up about it.
Dude, I mean, like I said, he's not just the first NBA star to get traded, but certainly not the first that the Celtics have traded away. It has nothing to do with culture. Maybe it was a little shoddy what Danny did there, but it's a business, man. Right. I mean, if anybody is screaming that loud and clear, it's guys like Ray Allen, and now Isaiah Thomas has gotten a dose of what business is. And unfortunately, that hardens you, right? You get kind of a hard exterior to that stuff.
Yeah.
And Isaiah's got to... He's got to move on, man. It's what's I love him. It's what's best for him.
No, he will move on, and we'll see how he bounces back. Wick Grossbeck, of course, talked about how, Danny Ainge talked about how he thinks time may heal wounds. He's not 100% sure if that's going to be the case.
Maxwell.
But it did with Cedric Maxwell. We've seen it in the past, and I think that's probably going to be the case, but it's probably going to be a couple of years rather than a couple of months.
Listen, I mean, the best thing, and I said this on the Celtics postgame show last night, talking with you and Jared Scally.
Great plug.
The best thing that Isaiah Thomas can do is go out there and kick some ass, destroy the Celtics when they play the Celtics after January, whenever IT comes back. Focus on that rehabilitation, come back better than you ever were, and I'm no doubt that Isaiah will, and really stick it to Danny Ainge and the Celtics. That's better than any words he could continue to spew out to the media.
And I think Danny Ainge would be just as happy to see that result.
I
do.
You think Danny wants Isaiah to beat him?
I think he wants him to do well. Maybe he doesn't want that to beat him. But
well. I'll focus on. I'll give it to you there. But I think it's an all-out brawl when the Celtics and the Cavaliers meet, no matter who's on what side. And I can't wait for it, man.
I can't wait to see it, man.
Tuesday night, we're
Jay
there.
Crowder, can LeBron James just for one game just come on the court and face the Celtics? Come on, LeBron, do it. You know the NBA is going to be upset if he's not there.
He's taunting LeBron.
Come on, LeBron. You know LeBron watches these, right?
Oh, he does. I mean,
yeah. LeBron, I'm looking at you. We better see you. We're going to see you in Cleveland. We'll both be there at the Q. That's going to do it for this report. For CLNS Media, Nick, the sponsor.
Oh, yeah, man. Today we're powered by Greats.com. Greatest sneakers, greatest price, hip, cool. I'm wearing them now. Don't zoom them in on my feet, Jeremy. But I am wearing them now. And go to Greats.com. Use the promo code Celtics Roundtable there. You'll be supporting CLNS Media, all our programming, and getting yourself a great discount on some amazing kicks.
That's right. And that's going to do it for this report. We'll see you in Cleveland next time. For Josue Pavon, myself, Nick Gelso, CLNS Media.